Okay, we have one last presentation, I believe, from Ridwan Lessy.
Okay, thank you everyone. I'm Lessy. I'm from College of Feature and Education and Arts. My professor research about small island vulnerability and stakeholder resilience in Eastern Indonesia. It's a little bit same with the Mujib, but Mujib location in the big island, but I focus on small island. Before I starting my presentation, I would like to ask you who want to live in disaster area. I believe nobody want to live there, but for Indonesian people, we live in the disaster prone area. Why? Because our location is surrounded by three plates: Asian, Australia, and the Pacific. So that's why every time we face the earthquake, based on the BMKG say that in Indonesia, especially in eastern part, this part, more than 1,000 earthquakes every year. So when you live in the eastern part of Indonesia, every 2 minutes, we have the notification in your smartphone that earthquake happen. Yeah, even if the scale is below 5, but still you can get the notification. So that's why it's very vulnerable in eastern part of Indonesia. And the other one, as we know that Indonesia is the one land of ring of fire. So there are a lot of volcanoes, especially in eastern part. So in my region, I live in the North Maluku. We have 6 volcanoes, and in the middle and in the small island. I will show next. And also during the climate change and then the increase of the sea surface, there are a lot of tropical cyclone occurs in Indonesia. It's related to the Indian Ocean and also Pacific Ocean. So my research is basically my research is a little bit same with Mujib, but Mujib focus on the early warning system. My research is basic. Basic, it means that I want to look at how the people who live in small island in eastern part of Indonesia, how they vulnerable with the disaster, how they face the disaster every time. Why I chose the small island in eastern part? Because in eastern part, especially in North Maluku, we have 700 of small island, and that is that less than 22 kilometers square, and then that depends of population. Like this one, Ternate is the capacity of North Maluku. There are a lot of 200 people living here. So and then volcano in the middle. Yeah. So this one, from this one to this one, only 6 kilometers. Yeah. From this one to this one is 10 kilometers. So how you can imagine when the eruption of the Gamma Lama is in the Gamma Lama, what can we do? We can go to the big island Halmahera. How many times? How many we have the transportation system? How to evacuate all of the people? Yeah, it occurs in 1984 when the eruption of Gamma Lama is huge eruption. Most of people from here evacuate to the biggest island, but the people who live in this island cannot because there is lack of the transportation system. So that's why it's very interesting for me how to manage people, how to their vulnerability, how to resilience of our government. So that's why my purpose. So that's why my purpose research is I want to assess the communities and stakeholder preparedness in small island, and then to develop the vulnerability and resilience of the small island. So we want to know how the community preparedness and how the government doing from the village level and then local government doing. So this is my proposed method. I would like to use the quantitative and quantitative. And I would like to use top-down and bottom-up approach because I want to know the community level and also the government level. I use questionnaire, interview with the key informant, and also field observation. To build this, I will use the 610. Is physical, social, economy, health institution, and then I go to build the index, yes, vulnerability index and resilient index, and I use spatial analysis to build the maps. So when government use my result, they know what is the village with the low level and high level, and they can approach or they can what they do, the program that they for the how to increase the vulnerability and the resilience. Yeah, I think that was my research. I'm on Lessy, also supervised by Jonathan Lassa and Kirsten Zemmer. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any quick questions here?
I don't have a question, but I just have a comment. For Ridwan, I felt a bit passionate about, for you to come up with this unique study, considering the fact that you want to know how people will be evacuated. That's an excellent investigation. I want to wish you all the best. It sounds very interesting. Congratulations.
Thank you. Can I just say, I can actually get all of the speakers to now go back up to the front. We're going.
Sorry, one more question for, is it Ridwan? You mentioned that people are using their mobile phones, or depending on mobile apps for warnings and things like that. Was that right?
Also,
No.
that was
But you mentioned something about people like to get warnings or technology, something like that. I just wondered, on the small islands that you showed in your pictures, do people have reception out there?
Yeah, I think it's the future. When my result, I would like to put the maps on the application like Android, so the people know who they live in this area is vulnerable, how they level are vulnerable, and then the government can introduce some project to help them to increase their resilience. So it's the end of the project. Yeah.
Thank you.
But yeah, it's like Mujib said that some restrict area like in Makian Island, sometimes they are lack of the signal. So yeah, it's very hard to do. But I think maybe for the future we should do that, because it's very important to us to send the early warning system when the disaster occurs in this area.
Thank you.
Any more questions? Jenny,
Well,
you're
all
home.
the questions, but we need questions.
Yeah.
Vanessa, how much do you think